Hello students, this is Shweta Roy. This video is for chapter 5, part 1, weather and climate. In this video we are going to discuss about weather, climate, difference between weather and climate, elements of weather, climate. So these are some of the topics which we are going to discuss in this video. As you all know, weather and climate are the basic elements in the natural environment. And we use these words weather and climate synonymously. But actually they are different. When we talk about weather, it is the atmospheric condition which is right now, which is likely to happen in very near future. That is weather. Like we often say, it is so humid, it is a cool day, it is too hot. This kind of thing comes in, this kind of conditions come in weather. It is hour to hour or day to day condition of the atmosphere. But when we talk about climate, it forms the general weather conditions prevailing in area over a long period. So you can see weather is a hour to hour or day to day condition of the atmosphere, whereas the climate is the weather condition which prevails in an area over a long period. So here we will discuss about weather and climate. Weather is actually derived from an old English of Germanic origin. Which is Veder. Now weather can be defined as the sum total of the current atmospheric conditions like temperature, humidity, wind and rainfall at any given place. All these atmospheric conditions collectively known as the weather. And for example, weather can be sunny, it can be windy, it can be rainy, cloudy or snowy. Next is climate, and it is derived from Greek word klima, and klima means slope zone. So when we define climate, the climate refers to the average weather conditions prevailing at a place recorded over a long time period. It is actually based on the average weather condition prevailing over a long time period. Now climate is one of the basic elements of our natural environment. It affects the landforms, vegetations, soil types, agricultural activities, etc. Now the kind of clothes that we wear, the food that we eat and the houses in which we live, they are also related to the climate. Like you would have read in our previous classes that if it is winter, if the place is having a winter season, we wear woolen clothes. If the place is having the summer season, we wear the light clothes. The same way, the places having rainfall, that places will have the houses which is made on, इसको क्या बोलते हो उस हाउस को जो ऐसे बैम्बू पे खड़ा होता है, स्टिल्ट हाउस, made of bamboos which is called stilt house. Now in the cold regions we find igloos. So you can see that our food. Now what is the difference between weather and climate? See, we generally talk about weather and climate, but actually they are not same. As we discussed, weather is the short term atmospheric condition, whereas the climate is the long term weather condition, atmospheric condition. So we will discuss about the difference between the weather and the climate. So weather relates to the daily atmospheric changes and conditions, whereas the climate represents atmospheric conditions over a longer period of time, which is about 35 years of time period. So weather can be changed many times in a day. In one single day we can see rainy season, we can see rainy weather, we can see sunny weather also. But when we talk about climate, it remains constant for a long period. Like you have winter season, that is continuously for 3-4 months. Now weather changes occur over a small region, but climate changes relate to a larger area. Now we will discuss about the elements of weather and climate. So temperature, atmospheric pressure, wind or moisture are the major elements of weather and climate, and they affect our atmosphere at a large scale. Here we have rainfall also. So we will discuss about these elements of the weather and climate one by one. So in this video we will only discuss about the temperature and atmospheric pressure. Only these two terms will be explained in this video. So here we will discuss about temperature. So the degree of hotness and coldness of the air is known as temperature. As you know that sun is the main source of heat on the earth, but the amount which our earth receives from the sun, that amount of heat is very little. And the heat we receive on earth is known as solar radiation or insolation. Now insolation is the incoming solar energy intercepted by the earth. Now you would have read in your previous class that all parts of the earth do not get the same amount of heat, and the temperature changes from place to place and from time to time. So the main factors which are responsible for influencing temperature on the earth are latitude, altitude, distance from the sea and prevailing winds. These are the main factors which are responsible for the influence of the temperature. Now the higher the altitude is, the lower the temperature will be. The amount of heat is the greatest near the equator and starts decreasing as we move away from the equator towards the pole. So equator is the hottest place, and when you go towards pole, that is the coldest place. And because the poles get very little heat from the sun and they are 6 months continuously in darkness, and 6 months they will get the sunlight which is very little, that is why they are covered with snow. and the places near to equator, they receive vertical rays of the sun. And because of this, we have three different heat zones on the earth, which is torrid zone, temperate zone and frigid zone. And you would have read about the torrid zone, temperate zone and frigid zone in your previous classes. So from Tropic of Cancer till Tropic of Capricorn, we have torrid zone, which is in the middle near to equator. That whole area is torrid zone, which is the hottest region. Then you have from Tropic of Capricorn till Antarctic Circle and Tropic of Cancer till Arctic Circle, you have temperate zone. So you have two temperate zone, northern temperate zone and southern temperate zone. Then you have frigid zone, which is towards the pole. Beyond Arctic Circle and beyond Antarctic Circle, you have frigid zones. So the higher the altitude will be, the lower will be the temperature. So because of this, we feel cooler on the mountains. As you know, that air is less dense on the mountains because the heavy air goes down and it remains near to the earth, and the lighter air rises up, it goes up. So the air which we find on the high altitude is less denser, is lighter, and because they are less denser, they cannot trap the solar radiation, and because of this, they are cooler. Now water takes longer to heat or cool. So the places which we have near the sea or near to any larger water body, they have mild or moderate temperature. Now if a wind is blowing from a cooler area, then the temperature will be lowered, and if it is blowing from a hotter area, the temperature will be hotter. Now the temperature is measured in degrees Celsius, and this was invented by Anders Celsius. Now on the Celsius scale, the water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius and boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Now to measure the temperature, we have an instrument which is called thermometer. And temperature in cities is much higher than that of villages. Second, we will discuss about atmospheric pressure. So it can be defined as the pressure exerted by the weight of the air on the earth's surface. Now this air pressure is highest at the sea level and decreases with height. So here we have a chart. So on mountains, it varies from 930 to 900 MB. On the earth's surface, it varies from 990 to 950 MB. And at sea level, you can see it is highest. That is 1013 MB, which is millibar. So millibar is the unit to express the atmospheric pressure. Now to measure the atmospheric pressure, we have an instrument which is called barograph or barometer. And we already have seen that it is expressed in MB. MB is the unit, millibar is the unit to measure the atmospheric pressure. When we show the atmospheric pressure on a map, we show it by isobars. Now the air presses us with a great force, but we did not feel that. That is because the air presses us from all directions and our body exerts a counter pressure. Now, apart from the altitude, the air pressure also depends on the temperature of the air at the given place. Now, when we talk about hot areas, the air gets heated and rises. So, these areas are the low pressure areas. On the other hand, in cold areas, the heavy airs are there and heavy air sinks and creates high pressure areas. So the cold areas are the high pressure areas and the hot areas are the low pressure areas. Now this low pressure is associated with cloudy skies and wet weather, whereas high pressure is linked with clear and sunny skies. Here we have do you know section. Now in this there is some information for you. So the air always moves from high pressure area to low pressure areas. So when hot air rises, cold air from surrounding area rushes there to fill in the gap. And in this way the air circulation takes place. So here you can see the air moves from high pressure to low pressure area. Here also you can see in this picture. The warm air goes up as it is lighter and cold airs come down as it is heavier, and cold air creates the high pressure and warm air creates the low pressure. I hope you all understood all the topics taught in this video. Thank you.